An executive shakeup at Twitter, the company's COO resigning today in the midst of stalled user growth. Let's bring back Veronica Dagher along with tech expert Shelly Palmer. What do you think of this one, Shelly?
Well, Twitter's got a long road to hoe right here. They've got a product roadmap that is unclear. They've got a user growth strategy that's unclear. And basically, it's a little bit of the emperor's new clothes. Because of that, we have a fall guy, but I'm not 100% sure that's going to solve the problem.
And let's outline why he's the fall guy. I mean, he sold 300 shares of stock. This is one of the reasons that folks are saying you may have been forced out. He sold about $10 million worth of stock, or he made a profit of $10 million. At a time when the chief executive, Dick Costolo, had been telling everyone, you know, the lockup has expired, do not sell, it sends the wrong signal. And this guy's like, I gotta get out. So he just sold and he took the profit. And that was, do you believe that was part of the problem?
That was an unpopular move with not only employees, but also the rest of management. So that did not do him any favors. It sounded like some of his responsibilities had been shifting to other managers before that happened. So maybe that kind of spurred some of this on. But the fact is, Twitter still needs to figure out a growth strategy, and they haven't done that. They have users, but users who aren't using it, and that's a problem. They don't have those active users.
They have a real problem, right? And the real problem is endemic to Twitter. It's the 1-9-90 rule. 1% of the people create, 9% contribute, 90% are just the audience. They're kind of looking at it. And it's become a news tool as opposed to a communications tool. And because it's anonymous for all intents and purposes, the amount of fraud on Twitter and the amount of not real bot traffic is so profound. And people tend to use it both as a medium and a metric. So there's a lot of things about Twitter that are not true in other social networks. They've got some work to do.
Facebook, also watching you. Social media giant is now giving advertisers more access to your data, even more access. I mean, just when we're getting really sort of fed up and creeped out by Facebook, they're going to do even more. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a little creepy. Although the only part of this that kind of is interesting to me is that they're going to let users see their own ad profile page to see what's behind that. That kind of is.
Let's put this in perspective. First of all, creep factor is in the eyes of the beholder. Facebook is not free. They charge you your data in order to give you the value of Facebook. And what they've said they're going to do now, very clearly, is data becomes more powerful in the presence of other data. So they're going to look at websites that you visit from their advertisers. They're going to try and compile a better picture of you so that they can more efficiently deliver you to an advertiser.
And I love how they say it's so that your experience will be better.
By the way,
you get
doing you a favor, right?
But wait, your experience will be better. The question is
no, it won't. I don't go. I don't like Facebook.
Share it?
I don't like Facebook.
You know, I think the concerns about their privacy issues on Facebook are only going to get heightened because of this. But a lot of younger users may not have an issue with this.
Younger users, first of all,
they don't care.
I would rather see a more relevant ad. This is the tool set they will use to give me more relevant ads. And truthfully, I don't want to see any ads on Facebook, but if I have to, they should be relevent to me, and that's what this will do for them.
You strike me as like a big shopper. I mean, are you getting those ads and you're clicking through and you're buying new Lululemon shorts?
As it turns out, I am buying new Lululemon shorts, and by the way, the hoodie is awesome. It's totally awesome. I can like channel my inner Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that was a lot of information. Staying on social media before you go. Shame on you. You've probably heard how some rather unsavory folks have been using the likes of Twitter and Facebook to shame others over various issues. Well, now the rage is taking to the sky. There's a new hashtag campaign called Carry On Shame, which encourages travelers to post photos of passengers that are carrying far too much luggage on board. Take a look at some of these. First, there was this poor guy that probably went a little crazy in duty-free, and he tried to squeeze everything into the overhead bin. And then there's this dear soul who slid his bag in sideways, much to the ire of his fellow passengers. Oh, dear. I mean, I don't know, it fit. If they let you through the cabin door, then obviously you were allowed to bring it on. I mean, what is these people's beef?
I don't know. I actually sometimes feel a little guilty when I bring a bag that's too big, but luckily there's usually a nice guy who will help me lift it up and shove it into the compartment.
There you go, and shove it in and slam the door. And it's all, I mean, what's the point of tweeting out that somebody brought too much
50 pounds of luggage into a 5-pound bag is not an idea that anyone should do. By the way, I hate being a frequent traveler with like 3 million miles on.
I die before I check things.
I won't check anything.
I won't check it.
And the people who put their bags sideways because it won't fit the long way there's a special place in hell for them, and they all reside there. So I would be the first guy to go tweeting this out. I mean, it's just the problem is it's a face brag. It's like, oh my goodness, the line at the Louvre is so long. You can't put that on Facebook. So it's like, wow, this guy. I'm flying to London. And this guy put his luggage like sideways. You can't really do that.
It's a humble brag.
That's true. It is a humble brag.
Up in first class, there's no room.
no room.
so hard.
Thanks to both of
You can do that. That's cool.